Hello viewers, in this tutorial we'll be solving this quadratic equation using completing the square method, and we'll be looking at a case where the leading coefficient is equal to 1. Okay, so when we say leading coefficient, we mean the coefficient of x squared. So they mean the same thing. Either you call it the leading coefficient or you call it the coefficient of x squared. So in this equation, the leading coefficient is equal to 1. Okay, for a better understanding, if you have 3s squared, the coefficient of s squared or the leading coefficient here is 3. If it is negative 2s squared, the leading coefficient becomes negative 2. But when you have just s squared, no number attached to it, it means that it is 1. So that is what we have now. The coefficient of s squared or the leading coefficient is equal to 1. So how do we solve problems like this? The first step we are going to apply is to move the constant term to the right hand side. The constant term here is 10, positive 10. So we are going to move it to the right hand side. And for us to achieve this, we are going to subtract 10 from both sides. So we'll have s squared plus 7x plus 10 minus 10 is equal to 0 minus 10. So whatever you do at the left hand side, you also do it at the right hand side. So now, plus 10 minus 10 is equal to 0. So everything about 10 is off. So we'll have s squared plus 7x is equal to 0 minus 10 is minus 10. The next step, we will look for the coefficient of x. In this case, it is 7. Now, we'll take 7 and divide it by 2. So here we'll have 7 over 2, and then we'll square everything. We now have 7 over 2 all squared. This value, we are going to add it to both sides of the equation. So we'll have s squared plus 7x plus 7 over 2 squared is equal to minus 10 plus. Now at the right hand side, we are going to open up this bracket. So if we do that, we'll have 7 squared means 7 times 7, and that is 49. And 2 squared means 2 times 2, which is 4. At the left hand side, we are going to leave it as 7 over 2 all squared. There is a reason for that. So now, we are going to work on this fraction. Let's work on this fraction. So we'll bring the fraction minus 10 over 1 plus 49 over 4. So we'll use a very simple approach. We're going to cross multiply. 4 times minus 10 is minus 40. We have plus. Then 1 times 49 is 49. And we're going to divide it by the product of the denominators, which is 1 and 4. 1 times 4 is 4. So if we sum this, 49 minus 40 is something as 9. So we have 9 over 4. So the whole of our right hand side is equal to 9 over 4. So we'll come here at the left hand side. This is what we're going to do. We'll take the terms with squared. Here we'll have x and a positive sign. We'll have 7 over 2. These are the terms that have squared. So we're going to square them and set them equal to the value at the right hand side. Here we'll have 9 over 4. Now, x plus 7 over 2 all squared is the same thing as x plus 7 over 2 multiplied by x plus 7 over 2. If we expand this, we are going to get back this expression here, x squared plus 7x plus 7 over 2 all squared. Alright, so we go further. Expanding it for clarity, we will have x times x is equal to x squared. X times 7 over 2 will be 7 over 2x. Then 7 over 2 multiplied by x will be 7 over 2x. Then 7 over 2 times 7 over 2 will be 7 over 2 squared. So if we take like terms, we'll have x squared. Now 7 over 2x plus 7 over 2x. Since the denominators are the same, we'll sum the numerators. There we'll have 14 over 2x. Then the constant term there is 7 over 2 all squared. So this will give us x squared plus, if we divide 2 and 14, we'll have 7x. And our 7 over 2 squared, if we open up the bracket, we'll have 49 over 4. So what we have here is exactly what we have here. So this is the reason behind completing the square. Alright, but this is not necessary, but just to make us understand it very well. So we'll go ahead with the problem. So now we have x plus 7 over 2 squared is equal to 9 over 4. Now the next thing is to take square root of both sides. If we do that, we'll have x plus 7 over 2 squared is equal to plus minus square root of 9 over 4. Now, the essence of taking square root of both sides is for us to eliminate this square here. So now, the square will cancel out with the square root. And we'll have x plus 7 over 2 is equal to plus minus square root of 9 is 3 and square root of 4 is 2. Note that the positive and the negative sign we have is as a result of the square root symbol. It follows that if you take the square root of a number, there are two possible answers you will get. One is positive and the other is negative. So that's why we have both signs there. So let's go further. X plus 7 over 2 is equal to plus minus 3 over 2. So we are going to isolate x, and for us to do that, we'll move 7 over 2 to the right hand side. So we are going to subtract 7 over 2 from both sides of the equation. So we'll have 3 over 2 minus 7 over 2. So here, 7 over 2 will be off. We'll have x alone is equal to plus minus 3 over 2 minus 7 over 2. Now, we have two signs, so we are going to take them one after the other. For the first case, it's positive. S is equal to positive 3 over 2 minus 7 over 2. So in this case, we'll have, since the denominators are the same, we'll just go ahead and subtract the numerators. 3 minus 7 is minus 4 divided by 2, and that will give us minus 2. Now take the second case when x is negative. So x becomes minus 3 over 2 minus 7 over 2. And that gives us, since the denominators are also the same, so we'll go ahead and sum the numerators. So we'll have minus 3 minus 7. That gives us minus 10 all over 2, and we'll have minus 5. So we'll have that x, as our solution, x is equal to minus 2 or minus 5 as our answer. What we considered in this problem is a case where the leading coefficient is equal to 1. In our next class, we will be looking at a case where the leading coefficient is not 1. That is, the leading coefficient can be any other value but not 1. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel to get more interesting educational videos. Thank you.